With Chapter 5 wrapping up, I think we can all agree that this year kinda sucked, and thank God the next chapter is coming out soon. Many are pessimistic, but I'm hopeful since they had time to look at the success of Chapter 1 OG and the failures of this chapter, they can use that feedback to make something better, which I discussed in a previous video. Aside from that, I like to reflect on what made this chapter so bad and what I want to see in Chapter 6. First things first are the graphics. The graphics have gone way too realistic this chapter. Now I got a fancy GPU and like to turn things up from time to time, but I don't want to feel like I'm playing Call of Duty or some other AAA title. I like Fortnite's cartoony and playful vibe. The creator of Fortnite, Tim Sweeney, said that Fortnite should feel like you're playing outside in your backyard as a kid or around town, and I'm not getting that vibe. Chapter 4 was a great mix of higher fidelity graphics and maintaining that cartoonish vibe. I'm not telling them to go back to Nintendo 64 graphics, but they can definitely find a middle ground. Furthermore, let's get into the map itself. Is anyone else tired of every single map in season trying to feel special? Like this year, most of the map was based on Europe. You had fencing fields feeling like Italy, those Arctic POIs like Scandinavia. Who even likes this? You just know that some intern came into the office and was like, I just came back from Europe backpacking and it was so cool, let's make a European-based map. And some other dude was like, oh yeah, let's add Greek mythology, the kids must love that stuff. I want something simpler. Some POIs that resemble my day-to-day life and not this fancy and mythological or historical stuff. That's something we'd like to see on the side. But on a side note, I did like how the lands between the POIs were filled with hills and trees, and this served as great cover for zero build fights. That's a good thing. We don't want a bunch of flat dead space like there was in OG Fortnite. Now let's get into the guns. Fortnite has been actively reducing the skill ceiling of every season by having overpowered weapons dominate the meta every season. You don't believe me? The Frenzy Auto Shotgun was the most OP shotgun of all time pre-nerf and required no skill to use, therefore trivializing a lot of zero build and even build encounters. Any moron could kill you with that gun, they just need to be the first one to shoot at you. Now season 2 was alright after the Frenzy nerf, that was alright, I played ranked a lot that season, but the cars afterwards were even worse. I don't even need to get into that, everyone hated the cars. And season 4, the jetpacks, shield, laser, that was just them declaring that we don't even think of this as a shooter, we just think of it as a Disney World where the guns are something on the side. Let's go back to the basics again, have a pump shotgun that's actually good, a non-overpowered auto shotgun, and for goodness sakes, even the pros weren't picking up the hammer pump shotgun. That was literally one of the worst weapons of all time. And this brings me to my next point, which is we want to see less collabs. I think this could be its own video, but collabs are definitely ruining Fortnite. Some examples of good collabs were the Dragon Ball Z event or even the Ninja Turtles, where it's fun and cool but the weapons added are not super overpowered and it only lasts a few weeks. But ever since the Disney acquisition, they've been doing these season-wide collabs where the entire game is just dominated by these items, the meta is dominated by the items, and the guns are really just an afterthought. They're just something that's there and optional to pick up if you want to win the game. We know Marvel launches many movies every year, and I'm worried that every season is just going to turn into this massive ad for the Disney universe. But then again, they are launching the Disney Experience mode, so perhaps once that's out, Disney will get their hands out of Battle Royale. We can only hope for the best when it comes to this, but yeah, I don't want every single collab to be a Disney collab, and I also don't want the collab weapons and stuff to dominate the meta. And lastly, let's talk about skins. Can we get some, how do I say this? I don't really want to offend anyone for their lifestyle, but skins that don't involve dyed hair and just these full body tattoos and just like more normal people. And no, I'm not asking for more Eevee clones because we've had enough of those, and I'm also not asking for more Disney collab skins, but yeah, just some basic skins but still cool looking. I do recognize that it requires a lot of creativity, but I'm sure they can do it with the budget that they have. Now with everything that I've said so far, I'm not the Fortnite version of a Gen 1er that you see in Pokemon, where I just like the first generation and first season a lot. I do like additional stuff that they add to Fortnite, like In Chapter 4, they added the floating islands. Chapter 3, they added blimps. I like that kind of stuff. So it's definitely possible for them to bring fresh ideas into Fortnite that are positively received by the community. I'm not telling them to just do rewind every single time, but I don't know. How about you guys tell me, what do you guys want to see in the next chapter of Fortnite? Let me know down in the comments, and please like and subscribe. It really helps me out, and I do want to make more of these types of videos. Hope you all have a great day.